It's time to learn with our friend Clive.
You said you wanted to challenge me.
Yes, I want to fight to the death.
It's a long reach where you live. Hello and welcome to the Jason and Clive's challenge, where we actually paint portraits. I've sent Adrian a portrait from the nose up. You've done the same to me. Now it's our job to paint from the nose down. It's the chinny chin and the mouth. It's not as easy as it might sound. So in front of me I've got his 16 by 12 canvas panel board, and he's blanked it out with a bit of white paper, so I can't see the image. So this is going to be exciting for me as well. So all I've done is put a little bit of gesso, black gesso, on there just to stop the camera exposures from being upset too much. I'm going to put a bit of ground on there in a minute, but before we do that we need to think. So he's painted me a portrait from there up, and all I can see now is a little bit of the nose, and I've got to put the chin and everything in. So I've been looking at this book. There you go. One of the best books out there that I've found for characters. So have a little look and practice. There's a lot of lessons in here as well. And this is ISBN number there for you if you want to go and have a look at this on Amazon. There you go. But it is a fantastic book. It's a Collins Learn to Draw, actually, by Alex Hughes. So what I was thinking, now I've had a sneaky little peek. I got a sneaky little peek at the bottom of the nose there. Now the reason I've done that, let me just pull that up like that. There we go. Now the reason I've done that is the eye is about the same width as the nose if Jason's done his job properly. So the eye should be there. So the centre of the eye should come roughly there on the centre of that eye, because the nose is about an eye width apart. So the other centre of the eye should come there, roughly there. So I know that it's in that area. So we need a little box like this, and that's where I'm going to put my mouth, and the chin's going to come around there, I guess. We'll work on the chin in a second, but I'm going to look through a couple of these books, a couple of these pictures in here, and see if I can find out which one I prefer to draw in actual fact. So let me show you quickly how to draw a mouth, if I'm as good as I think I am. Jason, it's not easy. So I start by, let me see if I can position myself in front of this camera. There you go. So as I done there, I'm going to start by drawing a box, roughly. That's where my mouth is going to be situated. It's not as easy to... Let me get my board. There we go. Is that better? That's better. Make sure. There we go. So I'm going to draw this on an angle as well, so it's not going to be easy. So the centre of that box, roughly there. So I want this top lip to come up on that angle, and then mirror image that, something like that, and then I want that to come like that, roughly. That's the top lip. Okay, now the bottom we want to bring down roughly there, like that. Now teeth. What I found is when we draw teeth, we tend to draw teeth like this, don't we? That's not the best way I found. I found the best way is actually draw the gaps in between the teeth. Like this. And the same when you're painting as well. And we just mirror image that. So the bottom there is there. Like I said, not easy when you're drawing on an angle. And then we can put the teeth in place then. Like that. Tighten that up. And I'm going to draw these teeth over here. And as a character, then it doesn't really matter if you've got more teeth one side than the other side. To me, that doesn't worry me one bit. There you go. So where we got his teeth in, roughly there, like that. Now his bottom lip, I want to have a bit of a funny lip. I want it to come down like this. Something like that. There we go. And we work out the chin chin chin. So there's your lips. That's how you do lips. Yes. There we go. Let me show you this camera. There we go. So that's the idea. That's the mouth that I want to do. Now I got to think of a chin. Again, I'm going to go through this book. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut the camera. I'm going to get that drawn on there, outlined with some burnt umber, and then we can start the painting. There's no point me videoing that because it's just a waste of camera time. So I'll be back like that, Jason.
Okay. And 3, 2, 1.
Okay, as you can see, I'm continuing with this drawing. I'm still using, you know, as you can see, a couple of mouths and a couple of chinny chin chins and things. There we go. So I'm using this book as reference, and I'm trying to get his neck in place. I've got his chin roughly, and I think I'm going to just put a now I don't know if this is a man or a woman. Looking at Jason's, I think that's hair. So I'm going to put a tie. I'm going to put a tie on this person. There you go. Who knows? And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on there you go. My guess is, Jason, this is a male, because I've noticed the way you paint, and you've done some pirates and things like that, and I do watch your channel, so I'm guessing, I'm guessing this is a man, or male or some sort. I'm going to finish it there. I'm not going to finish this area because I don't want to go into too much detail with his coat and I think. I'll do. This is just a bit of a fun painting anyway. So we got his chinny chin chin in something. We got his neck in there. We got a shirt. We got a tie. There we are. That'll do, I think. Let's get some paint on this canvas. Painting now. Skin tone. He's a little bit pink, but I quite like that. So what I've got to do is let's mix that up first. And I'm just gonna get a little short flat. I'm just gonna get a bit of I'm gonna need water. I've left my medium mix in my studio. It doesn't matter, we'll just use water. Who minds? I don't mind today. Let's just use ordinary plain tap water. There we are. And let's see if we can mix this skin tone up. I've got some buff titanium. We're going to need a fair bit of that. There we are. And let's get a bit of red to it. Let's mix this up. Bit of red. It's a lot redder than that. So let's leave that. That's a nice, actually a nice colour that is. So let's get a little bit more red. This side. Let's make it quite pink. There we are. Add a bit more buff titanium to that. That's pinky pink pink. Check in. Oops. Check in the colour. Okay, so I tell you what looks like we need there is a little bit of burnt umber. So we got some burnt umber here. We certainly have. Let's put a bit of burnt umber on my palette. This is my darkening colours. So I got some phthalo green, some cadmium red, some processed blue, some processed yellow, and a little bit of burnt umber. And let's burn that up a little bit like that. And let's just try that. We're not far away. A little bit browner, a little bit browner, a little bit browner. Yes, we can certainly mix that in there, I think, Jason. I think we can certainly get that in there. Bring in a bit of yellow this side. Just warming that up a touch. Yeah, we can bleed that in quite nicely there, I think. There we go. In fact, I was going to jest with this canvas, but I don't think I'm going to bother. Let's just warm that up a bit more. Bit of burnt umber. I want it a little bit redder this side. Not that much. Not that much. Not that much. No. Let's have a look. Okay, we can put a few different bits and pieces in. That's coming on nice already, that is. Okay, so we got our fresh cone colour. We need to think about our background now. That just looks like just plain yellow. It's got a little bit of red to it. Let's just add a little touch of this red to that. It's more of an orangey colour. Let's try that. Oh, that's not bad. I can put that on quite thick and we'll match that up quite well. There we go. So Jason's done the honours of doing his hair for me, which is nice there. Okay, so we got our colours. Now we just got to get some paint on this canvas. Okay, so I picked up I picked up a few little filbert brushes. That's what I'm going to be using primarily here. So I'm just going to, let's bring his skin in like this, using a couple of different tones of that colour. Here and there. Just bring a bit of light in there. That's his chin. We get a bit of a darker tone. Let's get a little bit of burnt umber under his lip. There, like that. Bit of lighter tone. When Jason first mentioned this challenge, I thought, what the hey? How am I going to do that? That's not easy, and it really isn't, because if you think about it, we haven't got any other features to work from, and I'm not the best portrait artist in the world. So, but I mean, it's important that we bring ourselves out of our comfort zone sometimes, and I think that's a good way to actually try and challenge yourself, if you can. A bit of shadow under his there. just using a little bit of burnt umber now and just making it look as if you've got a big dimply chin. There you go. Let's put a little bit of jaw there like that. Okay, let's get some red and some yellow. Bit of titanium. Let's just get these lips in. So I thought, yeah, it's worth having a go at. This is just a blocking colour, by the way. It's worth having a go. And we don't know until we try these things. And I think it's important sometimes that we just push those boundaries, and I keep saying this, and it's important that I emphasise things over and over, because when you're learning, it's easier to get frustrated and upset about what you're doing, and it looks a bit like Jagger now. That wasn't intentional. There you go. Let's get some pearly white teeth in there. There we are. Maybe Jason's used to working with oils. I noticed a couple of times now you've sent me canvas. He hasn't gessoed. You haven't gessoed your canvas, Jason? No, you haven't gessoed your canvas. Let's get some teeth in. Just paint in. And just change this colour of some pearly white teeth. I can put a little bit of burnt umber with it. I think I'm going to have to get a detail brush and go straight into some burnt umber with this detail brush. This detail brush is not going to use a whole lot of paint. What we want to do is just get, as I said, don't paint teeth, paint the gaps in between the teeth. That way you have a bit more control over what you're trying to paint. That's the plan. Whether it works is another thing. That's the thing. Is put some shadow in there. Like that. But it's good to concentrate sometimes. Put a bit of shadow on the side of that tooth like that. Put a little bit of shadow on the side of that tooth. There we go. Just using a bit of dark, a bit of light, just to give those teeth a little bit of dimension there. Use a little bit of black if you wanted to. I try to avoid using black where I can, but sometimes you need a bit of black. So This is more of a caricature. You know what I mean? One of them things. There we are. Looks funny. Let's add a little bit of white over here. Let's make a bit of pink. Make a bit of pink. Let's bring some pink in. I like it is. I don't like this canvas without gesso on because it doesn't roll. It doesn't spread very well. It doesn't move. The paint doesn't move too much on gessoed canvases. I'm gonna just, when we reveal this, I think I'm just going to tidy it up just a little bit. Don't spend too much time. I don't know what he's saying. He's, yeah. There you go. Let's give him a blue tie, I think. Let's just give him a blue tie. See what I mean by it not running? It's like as if it sticks into the paint, into the canvas. It doesn't run smooth. But this is what it is. It's just going to be a rough painting, I think. Let's put a bit of light there. I'll tell you what we could do. We could give him some polka dots, couldn't we? Yes, we could give some polka dots. Because this is a fun type of painting. Let's go to a slightly bigger filbert. I'm gonna get a little bit of this blue now. I'm gonna mix it with our white because he's got to have a colour coordinated shirt. And let's paint his shirt in. There's a lot of, his skin tone is quite orangey, so I thought, well, a bit of blue might work with that. We're going to offset this. We're going to offset that yellow in a second. So let's go into a bit of a darker blue and just put a bit of shadow into his shirt. Would be nice if he had a purple suit. Should we do his purple, his suit purpley, I think. That would be good. So a lot more white. Get a little bit of that darker blue just to put a shadow line underneath his collar. We'll put a bit more detail in just as we progress now. I just want to get this blocked out for the moment. I don't like this, Jason. I need to adjust what my canvas is from now on. It makes your life a lot easier if you have a gesso canvas. It really does. And take that from me. It helps a lot. I'm going to put a little bit of detail in there, 1 second. Go back into this small filbert. I'm just going to put a bit more colour into his neck area. There, like that. Just to balance that off a touch. Okay, let's get let's put that little filbert down for that a minute. Don't drop them, Clive. Don't drop them. Let's get my short flat with the yellow that we made. Let's just these paintings, I guess, are quite important for practice, where you can just relax, have fun and chill out, and it doesn't really matter on the result as such. And that's what a lot of people struggle with, is that they expect perfect results every single time, and trust me, you don't get them every single time. How I don't have to remake videos beats me, and I'm sure Jason will say exactly the same thing. They don't always go right, but when we're doing videos, we seem to be concentrating a lot more on the painting because we don't want to make mistakes. So I guess that's part and parcel of what it is, basically. And we got used to doing that, I think. Now I'm going to cheat. I'm not going to mix purple because I don't see the point. And I got some purple here. I just want to get rid of it. If I can find it. Okay, so I've obviously used it, but I'm going to use a bit of dioxazine paper. There we are. This is quite a powerful purple. In fact, you don't need a lot of that. I put a bit too much on there, but it doesn't matter. Let's get a little bit more white on my palette. And I'm just going to use this short flat. A little bit of yellow in it, but it doesn't matter because it's a complement to purple anyway. So it's only going to slightly dechromerize it. Just get a nice bright purple, and that's going to go lovely with orange. As I said, I'm not going to paint that area because I don't see the point. because this is just a fun painting. Just get a little bit more depth in here. To use my paints a lot thinner than I normally do as regards to painting something like this, just to get into the flow. Just try and get the shape of a collar there. Get this one in. See how that's, I don't know if you can see that, look. See how it's beading. Can you see how that's beading off the surface of the canvas, look. That is because there's grease on there and it hasn't been gessoed. And that's going to cause no end of problems. What that's going to do is if you continue to paint over that, it will flake off because there's grease on there. Gesso is designed to apply to the canvas in order to stop that. It gives you a nice clean surface with plenty of drag, especially with acrylics. Now Jason again is, as I said, is used to using oils. It makes no difference because oil is going to adhere to it, but because of acrylics are water based, then they won't. It's as simple as that. It's just physics, basically. Just physics. Acrylics do not like water, oil. Water, because they like water. They're water soluble. This is a nightmare, Jason. This is hard. Hard. For me to paint, I'm putting the paint on so thick and I'm not used to that. I don't quite know what that looks like. It doesn't look very good. It might be better if we just put maybe a pocket there. that's too dark. Let's just get a bit of light in there. Put a button there, another button there. That looks a bit more like a jacket now. And as I said, it doesn't matter. It's a fun painting at the end of the day. That was the main challenge. This is just a bonus that we can neglect to paint, I think. Jason was saying,
okay.
and I'm not. It's hard not to get it perfect. But this is a character at the end of the day. If we look at our book and look at our character books, see if I can find one. Everything is exaggerated. As you can see, everything is exaggerated. So you know, smaller bodies, it doesn't really matter, does it? So what we're trying to do is just an interpretation, really. You know, we could, in that context, you know, we could put big shoulders on if we wanted to, like this. We. He looks like as if he's been carrying a ladder now, and one side's sloppier than the other. Sloppier and loppier. Don't mess too much, Clive. That's the thing. Now, I think I think it's time for the big reveal. What do you think? I think it's time for the big reveal. So I'm going to take this off, then I'm going to tidy it up very quickly. Let's have a look what we got, Jason. I hope it is a man, not a woman. Oh, come on. Ah! Oh, look at that. That looks like my old school teacher.
Okay.
That's not bad. Actually, that's pretty good. I quite like that. Jason, I like it. I really do like that. I really do. Let's just match these colours up. Let's just tighten these colours up a touch.
Okay.
I didn't think I'd like this challenge, but his mouth's a little bit lower, but it should have been up a bit. That's quite good. That's quite good. I like. Let's match these colours up a touch. Put a little bit of white. There. I like that, Jason. I do like that. I tell you what we're going to do. Let's give him. Let's get a bigger brush. Look at some burnt umber. Let's give him some nice long hair. Now he looks like my old school teacher. He looks like my old school teacher in the 70s. He does.
Okay.
What was his name? Mr. Whittle. I think it was Whittle. That's better. Now he's got a barnet. Let's give him a bit of stubble. Let's give him a little bit of stubble. There you go. I like. Oops. I'm playing around too much now, Jace. That's the artist coming out of me. Looks a bit like me too. Oh, I like that. I do like that. That is cool. Oh, dear me. I don't quite know what to say. Let's finish the bottom off. Yeah, it looks like me when I woke up out of bed in the morning. Anyway, thanks very much for joining me and Jason on this challenge in the studio. And yeah, that certainly brought a smile to my face today, and I needed that. So thank you very much, Jason. Go and check his channel out, and thank you for painting away the stress of everyday life here in Wales with myself. And I'll see you on the next one. Nice.
Hello, Clive.
Hello, Jason. Yeah, so we're having a bit of a giggle, and Jason's got me really funny here. And anyway, we're trying to be serious because